We just heard from several of your colleagues saying this is a very serious matter. They want to hear from James Comey. This has to be looked into. Does this really take precedence almost over anything going on up here today?
This is so shocking to me, David. In fact, it's not about Comey. It's not about Trump. This is about the United States of America. This is about our democracy. We must have an independent prosecutor. We need a serious investigation, and it has to be done now. And it's time for the Republicans to join with the Democrats in a bipartisan request for this investigation.
Do you have a sense whether your Republican colleagues are moving in that direction?
Slowly. I think most of the Republicans are really afraid to speak out. And I would hope that they understand that they have a responsibility to the United States of America, to the people who elected them. So I think it's essential that we do this, and we do it now.
Okay, so Congressman, let's talk about some other items on the agenda up here. You are ranking member of appropriations. You figure out how we're going to spend the money that we're taxing. Tell us about what happened when we almost shut down the government with the 17 budget, and then looking forward to 18.
I appreciate that question, because when I got onto the Appropriations Committee, we used to say there are Democrats, Republicans, and appropriators. And working on the 2017 budget, frankly, it was so successful and was so bipartisan. I'd like to say I did such a great job, but we all worked together. I mean, to get a $2 billion increase at the National Institutes of Health, when the White House requested a reduction of just under $2 billion. To get Pell Grants for a year, you know how important this is in our schools, after-school program, Head Start, and a strong number for the military. So it was a real bipartisan effort, and we got rid of 160 poison pills, which was quite extraordinary. Now we're heading for the 2018 budget. They call it at the White House the skinny budget. Right. In my judgment, it's dead on arrival. I can't believe that the serious members of appropriations are going to take that budget seriously. To cut $6.1 billion from the National Institutes of Health, cut. This is not good for the economy. And by the way, I mention the National Institutes of Health because that's not just cures for cancer, heart, diabetes, autism, etc. This is the economy. In New York and around the country, this provides jobs. And it also has to do with our young people choosing careers. If they're seeing cuts at the National Institutes of Health, they go to Yahoo, Google. They may not go into this research. So
2017 was a success, certainly from your point of view, and the government kept running. Was it a success because essentially the White House caved? And what does that say about 18?
It's very hard to know. Maybe there were other things on their mind. But the White House caved on almost every controversial issue, and we ended up working together in a bipartisan way. I'm not sure where the White House is and what they're going to do. When you have the Secretary of State talking about cutting the State Department, U.S. aid, by a third. I mean, this doesn't make sense, and it's shocking to all of our partners around the world.